What is up, LudyBros Army? It is your boy, Big Bro Lamar Ludi, and I'm coming to you guys today. I wanted to sit down and talk about a few cards in Dragon Ball Super Card Game that have been really running wild. They've been running wild on the competitive scene, and I wanted to talk about their potential for being banned. There's been a lot of calling in the Dragon Ball community for certain cards to get hit, to get banned, to get taken out of the game. And I wanted to make a video arguing for the other side of the coin, arguing for keeping these cards in the game, arguing for another option to banning. So if you want to go ahead and hit that like button down below, if you like some content like this, bringing some creativity into the game, bringing another angle to the game, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We've got content dropping regularly that you're going to want to check out. Regarding Dragon Ball Super Card Game and some other topics. We've got some gaming, we've got some NBA. But let's go ahead and let's dive into this video. So the first card that I wanted to talk about was Bibbidi Primeval Conjurer. This is a super combo. A lot of us know what this card does, but if you don't, if all of your energy is black, when you combo with this card from your hand, this card's going to get plus 1000 combo power for the duration of the turn for each card that's in your drop area and your warp. So when this card came out, it was pretty much designed to be ran with the Black Majin Buu leader. But now it's finding a great spot in the Vegex deck, and it's just, you know, it's able to wrap itself up so high with a lot of the cards that are in the drop area or in the warp. Vegex having the ability to mill 5 cards off the top of your deck, you know, right off the top. So we're seeing this card, you know, at 4, and it's putting in a lot of work. There's some people who have ridden to high placements or topping certain events with this card. So a lot of people are calling for it to be banned. Well, I'm going to go ahead and argue that we don't need the card to be banned. We have 2 options to make this card still work in the game. One option would be to limit the card down, limit it down to 1. Let it be a super combo that you can only run 1 copy of in your deck. That way, if your opponent is running Vegex and they've milled this card or banished it to the warp, then they've got it back in their hand. That way, you've got some idea of what they've got in their hand. You know that the super combo is there. That's going to let you play around that super combo with your counters. And be able to potentially, you know, keep yourself from losing out to this card. It'll let you kind of play your hand around that card. Another option is to go ahead and put it back where it was supposed to be. Put it back in the Majin Buu deck. Say it's only, this card can be limited to give it an errata and make it so that it's only playable in Majin Buu. That would be another option to go ahead and keep this card in the game. I'm all for, when the cards are designed, I'm all for trying to keep them in the game because that gives us more options. And we have so many cards that really aren't being used, and the ban list is starting to grow a little bit. I don't want to see cards just get sent straight to the ban list and certain strategies. Maybe it's not a ultra competitive deck, but you're running the Bibbidi and this is one of your win cons that you have for another option. And to see that get taken away isn't something that, you know, I would like to see for the Dragon Ball Super card game. So the next card I wanted to take a look at is Obuni After Image Slash. Now this card, it's got a nice high price point. He's got Deflect. He's going to be coming in, you know, turn 4. There's some decks now like Zamasu, which is bringing him out. You know, you can bring him out as early as turn 2 if you're running Zamasu and you've got a little energy ramp going with another card that we're going to see a little bit later on. But we see Obuni coming in, and when he comes in, he's bringing in some After Image tokens with him. He can be hard to get rid of. This is another card that people are potentially, you know, maybe calling for it to be banned. Once again, I'm going to argue, why don't we go ahead and make this a card, a Universe 10. It's got the Universe 10 character trait down here. Why don't we see Universe 10 leader come out that can make him only playable in the Universe 10 deck? Or, once again, we limit him down to 1. If you only have 1 copy of Obuni in a deck, you know that you can try and get around that 1 card, then he's still playable. And that's what I'm looking for, because with leaders coming out and, you know, it just keeps diversity in the game. We're looking for diversity here. And if we can potentially get a Universe 10 leader down the line, there are some Universe 10 support that came out in the last draft box. Let's go ahead and see, you know, more card designs for leaders that are specific to the Tournament of Power or different eras in Dragon Ball. And then these cards can go in there to be the boss cards for those decks, as opposed to this being a boss card for every blue deck. Let's limit it down to something, you know, whether it's Alien or Universe 10. Also, like I said, we were able to see this card come out with cards that ramp. We've got Zeno Cosmic Unison. Now, in their last ban list, they kind of took away cards that ramp, but then they give us the Zeno. But I argue that this card is balanced because you lose the energy at the end, or You would lose the energy if you didn't use, once again, I'm going to bring up Zamasu, that he has to discard the energy in order for him to get his effect off. So, you know, is it you know, that ramp that lets you awaken turn 2, that's okay, because we've got Vegito who's awakening when a card gets KO'd, you know, and he's able to flip himself over. We've got, I believe, Goku doing the same thing. So we're seeing other cards that are awakening early. You lose that energy. You lose that energy at the end of the turn if it's still there. And if you're going to start banning cards like this, then you're going to have to start looking at the cards that, you know, coming from the Trunks deck, where you've got the Goku and the Vegeta that come out from your life, you reveal it, and then you're able to place that into your energy. I mean, wouldn't that card also have to be looked at as well if we're looking for just getting rid of cards that ramp you? So if you're going, this is the thing, when you go to call for a ban, if you're going to try to ban a card, you're going to have to hit every card that's doing, you know, along those same lines of an effect. And I don't think that that's the way to go. I think that that is going to start limiting players. If you're not already limiting yourself to net decking anyways, it's going to start limiting players in what they can do. The last card I wanted to take a look at was the Koitsukei Mechanical Courage, which I pulled one in my draft box, and he saw a little bit of play, and now he's seeing even more play. People are calling for this card to be banned because he can potentially hurt these, you know, counter plays that are going to be coming out, and they're saying that that's not a good thing. But you know what? The thing of it is that you do have to have answers to certain cards. You have to have an answer to certain cards. And if this, you know, card is able to give you an answer to certain cards, you're not always going to have it in your hand. You're not always going to have it in your drop. You know, just the way that the game goes, you know, it's not as if you'll always have the correct answer when you need it. However, you know, you do need to play around counters. They go to counter you. You can activate this. You have to be able to have some sort of interaction with your opponent to make the games flow. The games are going a little bit longer now, and I mean, I just think that this is not the way to go, is for calling for cards to be banned right off the bat. You know, and the main card that we're talking about is going to be this one. Go ahead, limit it down to 1, or make it to where it's only for Majin Buu, and then maybe we'll see an increase in people who are playing Majin Buu or some other strategies. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm all for trying to push the creativity. I'm all for trying to open up. There's so many cards in Dragon Ball Super card game, and I'm all for trying to see other cards get some shine, or get some playing in, and seeing people come with decks that are, you know, maybe not always the meta, but they promote that fun factor when you go to sit down to play. And I understand I definitely understand there's that competitive aspect to it. That's not exactly what I'm arguing against. I'm just arguing against when cards are designed, you know, let's go ahead and play those cards. I mean, let's play the cards that they're given to us, instead of immediately screaming out and crying out for ban this, ban that, it beat me at the last tournament, so can we ban it? All right, well, let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, that's fine. Either way, go ahead. Let's get a little discussion going. I would love that, to talk with you guys about this card game, and I will see you guys in the next video.